Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a massive, brewing conflict between the internet's digital creators and the trillion-dollar tech platforms they literally rely on to make a living. You've got artists, educators, and musicians pouring their absolute souls into their work on one side. On the other, tech giants racing to build the ultimate artificial intelligence models. And caught right in the middle is the deeply confusing, legally murky world of the open web. To really grasp the stakes here, we have to look at the genuine fear creators are feeling right now. Legendary voice actor and Critical Role dungeon master Matt Mercer hit the nail on the head recently. He said that while using AI for basic efficiency is one thing, generative AI aimed at replacing the human creative spirit is, quote, the true grift. And honestly, that perfectly captures the existential dread echoing across the whole creative community. It's the very real fear of being replaced by a machine that only learned how to create by studying your art. Okay, let's dive into this, because here is the wild, ironic twist we're exploring today. By uploading their life's work just to share it with the world, are creators legally feeding the exact machine they're terrified of? Think about it. When a creator clicks publish on a site like YouTube, they're really just trying to reach their audience. But they might also be quietly signing away their rights to tech companies who are absolutely desperate for high-quality training data.
Section 1. YouTube's Hidden AI Loophole.
So, a recent investigation revealed something huge. Massive databases of YouTube video transcripts are being fed straight to companies like Apple, NVIDIA, and Anthropic. Veteran YouTuber Hank Green actually dug into this data set, and he found that independent, highly researched educational content is incredibly valuable to these models. We're talking nearly 1,000 videos scraped from Crash Course alone, plus hundreds more from SciShow and Vlogbrothers. AI developers aren't just scraping the web randomly. They are heavily targeting the absolute best, most carefully crafted content out there. Naturally, creators were pretty upset about this. So what's YouTube actually saying? Well, YouTube's CEO, Neil Mohan, came out and publicly stated that while scraping basic stuff, like a video title for search engines, is okay, downloading transcripts or video bits to train AI, like OpenAI's Sora, is a clear violation of their terms of service. Now, that sounds incredibly reassuring, doesn't it? It sounds like YouTube really has the creators' backs. But hold on a second. The CEO's reassuring words don't exactly line up with the incredibly broad legalese every single YouTuber agrees to the second they hit upload. You're granting YouTube a worldwide, non-exclusive, royalty-free, sub-licensable, and transferable license, right? This isn't just about them hosting a video for you. This is a massive transfer of operational rights, and it gives Google, YouTube's parent company, incredible freedom to do what they want with that content. And here's the real kicker. The absolutely crucial point is hidden right alongside those bullet points in the terms of service. It's the right to prepare derivative works. Now, legally speaking, a derivative work is just a new, modified version of an existing copyrighted work. And this single phrase, it acts as a massive potential backdoor. Tech giants and their lawyers are looking at this and arguing, hey, ingesting a video to train an AI model, which then spits out a summary or a newly generated concept, well, that's just us preparing a derivative work. And we need to be totally clear about the context here. When independent creators signed this agreement 5, 10, or even 15 years ago, the whole concept of training large language models literally didn't even exist. Nobody clicked agree thinking they were happily donating their face, their voice, and their writing to train generative AI. It's a legacy license written for an entirely different era of the internet that is now being retroactively applied to a brand new trillion-dollar industry. Section 2. Reddit and the data rush. Now, when Reddit realized just how valuable its user-generated text was to AI companies, they aggressively updated their site's code to completely block AI web crawlers from scraping their pages for free. But they didn't do it to protect their users' copyright. No way. They did it so they could turn right around and sell direct API access to that user data to companies like Google and OpenAI for massive profits. The data wasn't created by Reddit, it was created by Redditors, but Reddit is the one who monetized the access. And you might be wondering, how are they legally allowed to do that? While both YouTube and Reddit's terms of service use the exact same legal language. Yep, the right to prepare derivative works. It is totally identical. And this really proves that selling or using creator content for AI training across the entire tech industry hinges heavily on this specific, overarching phrasing.
Section 3. The Corporate Legal Defense.
Top music attorney recently broke down a massive copyright lawsuit over Google's new AI music generator, which is called Lyria 3. Basically, independent musicians sued, claiming Google trained the AI on their songs without paying them a dime. And what was Google's official legal defense to dismiss the lawsuit? They literally quoted the YouTube terms of service right back at them. They argued that by simply uploading their music to YouTube to share with fans, the artists had legally granted Google a broad license to prepare derivative works, which, in their view, totally covers AI training.
So we're seeing this stark, kind of dystopian mismatch happening right now. The creator expectation is super simple. Hey, I am giving you permission to host and display my video so people can watch it. But the legal argument from these massive corporations is, actually, you gave us a broad, sublicensable right to do whatever we want with your content, and that includes feeding it into a machine learning algorithm. It's essentially a legal trap. They're using a generic "you sign the terms of service" defense to justify entirely new technological applications.
Section 4. The push to opt out.
To really get this, we have to understand the philosophy driving the tech industry right now. The CEO of Microsoft AI recently stated that for content already on the open web, the social contract has basically always been that it's fair use for anyone to copy or reproduce it. This is exactly the mindset at the very top. If it's publicly accessible on the internet, it's basically free real estate for their algorithms. However, creators are pushing back hard, arguing that the open web does not mean you're suddenly free from copyright law. Just because you can read a book online doesn't mean you can legally print out a copy and start selling it as your own, right? Publishing something on a public platform doesn't magically strip the creator of their ownership. Tech companies are currently exploiting this massive legal and ethical gray area, essentially acting on the principle of asking for forgiveness rather than permission. And this creates a really profound dilemma for independent artists. They are completely bound to these platforms. A YouTuber with, say, 70 employees and a massive community can't simply delete their channel and walk away in protest. They rely on the platform to survive. They have absolutely zero power to negotiate the terms of service, and they're facing heavily misaligned incentives, where the platform's parent company is actually an active competitor in the AI space. It's a trap built entirely on engagement algorithms. So, how do we untangle this mess? Well, creators are proposing a super straightforward two-step solution. Step 1, platforms just need to provide a simple opt-out toggle. Let creators explicitly choose if they want their life's work included in an AI training dataset. It's that simple. And step 2, it's actually already here. Now that it's 2026, the EU AI law mandates that tech companies legally disclose their training data, so transparency is finally arriving, and tech companies are eventually going to have to answer for exactly whose content is inside their models. Which leaves us with this final, deeply provocative question to ponder. The internet as we know it thrives on human connection, education, and art. But if the open web is aggressively mined to build machines that ultimately replace the very creators who built it, does it really remain open? Or does it become something else entirely? It's a massive question every creator, and honestly every viewer, needs to think about as we step into this new era. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep asking the big questions.